Coffee time. Coffee and chat. All right. Oh yeah, good old Folgers. All right. This week in review for the worst Vitamix ever, the S series. Okay, now obviously people are gonna be watching this video and like, oh my god, you say the worst Vitamix. No, it's not the worst Vitamix. This is just being a joke, man. You know, it's just joking around. But people say that it's the worst Vitamix ever and that it should never exist and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. A bunch of crap that is. This machine, so far this week, I'm doing a 90-day challenge if you don't know. And there's videos, I've already done like, I don't know, like 15 videos or something like that. Just each time I use it, I turn the camera on. I just no editing, whatever. I just do whatever. I don't show cooking, finished product, nothing. I just only using the machine. And I've been doing it consistently, and I'm going to continue to do it pretty consistently. And this machine, like I said, is awesome. It's been kicking ass through and through and doing everything I need to do. I've done my breakfasts numerous times. I do a lot of the same foods over and over again, but that's just because, number one, you know, I only have what I have in my pantry. Number two, it keeps me consistent with my diet. Number three, that everything tastes good. And number four, I vary it a little bit sometimes with a few tips and tricks, which I'll probably do a little video about that. And, notification. So, really, this machine's been doing awesome. I'm just doing plain old low-speed mixing, chopping. I've done, let's see, I haven't done a soup yet, cooking-wise. I just bought some carrots, so I'll do a carrot curry soup in this. I've done ice. I eat ice cream every single day, every night, and I've done some different ones. Even like I'll make my wife one, and I'll make myself one, and I'm just doing these back to back to back, and it does it without question. Without question, it does it every time. Ice cream comes out, boom, 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 and you can hear the motor really get down and give it that torque and really grind everything up, churn everything up into a nice frozen concoction. This thing is a powerhouse, okay? If you are on the go, a traveler, going to hotels and this and that, this is your complete Vitamix package. You don't need any other machine other than this, okay? If you live in an RV or something, again, this would be very good for you. However, if all you're gonna do is just be in an RV, then just get a full-size Vitamix like an E310 or E320. You know, one of those. I recommend the E310 more because it comes with a 48-ounce container. I don't even know why the whole low profile 64-ounce container is so popular. I guess because the intention is to feed families, you know, more than, you know, a few people. But a lot of people like single serve, and that's why I recommend the E310, because it comes with a 48-ounce container, and you just do single serve, and you know, good for a couple people. And the 64-ounce low profile is more for, you know, larger batches, you know, 2 or 3 people. But I guess people, for marketing purposes, oh my god, 64-ounce, you know. But I find that a lot of people just want single serve stuff. And just to start out with the Vitamix, personal blending kind of thing, just get the 48-ounce container. Besides that, if you're a traveler going to hotels, this, that, and the other thing, this is the perfect machine. Excellent. But if you have an RV and you just happen to get one of these, a good deal, get it. It's super excellent. Super excellent. And I've also been, you know, doing a lot of smoothies in a cup, and I've been doing it the right way. A lot of people, they claim that this cup is too small. It's not too small. It just depends on the ingredients. There's certain recipes that you can pack a whole bunch of stuff in there, and then like it condenses down, and so you can pack the cup, and it'll condense down after blending about, you know, this much or whatever, however much you have. And then there's other recipes where it's the complete opposite, where you can have this much this many ingredients, and the expansion actually, the volume actually increases through expansion. And that happens a lot because people use a lot of protein powders. They want to make protein shakes with these things. And so they put too many ingredients in there, too much of the protein, whatever, and it expands too much. And it's like, oh, it's overflowing, this, that, it's leaking past the seals. Oh, it's no good, it sucks, the Vitamix sucks. No, the Vitamix doesn't suck, you suck. You have to know what your ingredients are going to do in a container, and that's through experimentation. You have to try small amounts first, try it, especially if it's not in the recipe book. If it's not in the recipe book, then you have to test it. If it's in a recipe book, it's been tested already. It works. Same thing with programs. You can't just throw whatever you want and put the program on and expect it to be perfect. You have to have a recipe that's been tested that you know will work on the program. That's the whole idea behind the program, to be consistent every single time. But the ingredients have to be there. The recipe has to be there in order for it to do that. So I don't want to, yeah, Vitamix didn't work. No, you didn't work. Not the Vitamix. So far, this is certified reconditioned. This is not even my machine, it's my wife's machine. A certified reconditioned machine. So I don't want to hear any excuses. Oh, yeah. Look, certified reconditioned. This thing is great. And it's working like a charm, like I said. And it's easy to clean. Another thing, complaint, yeah, it's so hard to clean. It's the threads and stuff and bacteria. Listen, I've been doing this stuff for a couple of years now. And I mean, like 6-7 years, okay? And there is no amount of bacteria here that's gonna kill you, make you sick. I've never been sick using a Vitamix, ever. I've never been sick. There's always gonna be some degree of some bacteria, whatever, in every single surface that you come in contact with. You go to a restaurant, don't even bother looking in the kitchen. Because I tell you, they won't be cleaning the machines anywhere near as good as you think, as you would want. So I don't, the complaints about, oh, the bacteria is microscopic, and this is gonna make you sick, and oh, it's so disgusting. No. Forget all that. Stop living in a bubble. Okay, I clean this thing, I rinse it out, whatever. You want to sanitize it, you can sanitize it. When I clean the gasket, all I do is pull the gasket back a little bit, and then it cleans underneath. That's it. And then if you want to take the gasket off, you can take the gasket off. It takes a split second. It's a silicone gasket. It's not rubber, it's a silicone gasket. It's very easy. And then another thing is, like I said, you could sanitize it. You can use distilled vinegar to sanitize. You can use a little bit of, if you want to do a full sanitize, you can use water with a little bit of bleach. That will sanitize it. Hot water especially. There's a lot of antibacterial dish soaps out there. Use those. It's like, I don't know, people freak out so much. Oh my god, this is made out of plastic. The little microscopic scratches will hold the germs inside it. Look, what? You ever go to a restaurant? It's like their machines are gonna be full of that stuff. You know, it's like, has anyone really got sick off of that? No, you get sick off of spoiled food and food in large quantities. The body can handle a certain degree of bacteria and stuff like that. Especially like apple seeds and stuff. Oh, you can't blend apple seeds, they're poison, and there's cyanide in them. Listen, you have to have so many of those. You have to have hundreds of pounds of powdered apple seed to die from that. The body can handle the amount of cyanide that's in them. I've been eating and blending apples with seeds and all that since I started. And I've never been sick, ever. So I don't want to hear none of that stuff. This machine is a 5-star machine. This is a little rant, I know. But this is a 5-star machine. The complaints are just completely ridiculous that this machine doesn't work and it's no good and it's too small. It's too small. Isn't it the purpose of it? Is like to buy it so that because it's small, a lot of people buy it, it's too small. It's a personal blender. It's for one person. You know what I mean? It's like, granted, yeah, you do get a 40-ounce container here, and you can make a good amount of food for 2 people. Sure, you can do that. But the primary purpose is to make things for one person. And, a lot of people complain about the price of the machine. It's like, listen, this thing is like, does, what, 13 different things in one machine? And it'll cook you know, it'll heat up soup for you, raw soup. And you can do raw soup meals, you can do cooked soup, you can do, you make the frozen desserts, grind everything down, make the peanut butter. You can do this. I have to do a few of these processes on video still, but it's like, I don't understand, it's not worth the money. Listen, I had a NutriBullet, okay, and let me tell you, I had no problem with people having a NutriBullet. It does okay. I had the very basic one, and it did okay. It did, you know, for what it was, you know, okay. But, you know, was it anywhere near as smooth as a Vitamix? No. Could it do anywhere near what this Vitamix can do? No. It couldn't really make the peanut butter that well. I tried it and just, no, you'd end up breaking it. The warranty is trash. The quality of it was trash. Can't make soup in it, this, that. They have other models that claim to do this other stuff, but I've seen the demos and it's just like, no, yeah, nice try. I know you want to try to be the Vitamix, but no. But this is, if you want something that's NutriBullet packaged, but Vitamix power and versatility and quality, this is the machine to get. The complaints are just completely stupid. So this week, with the desserts and the breakfast and the dinner, the food prep and all that kind of stuff, this thing has been given no grief whatsoever. It's been performing to its top notch, no errors. It's plugged into the wall. I've been keeping it plugged in the whole time to see if I was getting any sort of weird errors, because somebody was having an issue where it came on by itself and it was like, you know, freaking out or whatever. But it was a used machine. Who knows what happened to the machine beforehand? Who knows if the previous owner dunked this thing inside a, you know, a bathtub or something? Who knows? You don't know what happens to the previous owners. But this is also a full warranty machine. No matter what happens to it, I guess just, hey, Vitamix, I got this problem, and they'll fix it for free, full warranty. And let's see, what else can I say about the machine? It's simple. There's really nothing else that I can really say about it other than it works perfectly. I have no detection problems. I have no flashy blinky light problems. Nothing. It works exactly like it was meant to do, and I'm going to continue using it for the next, you know, what is this, day 82 days. I'm going to be using it, and I'm going to show you how good this thing is. Now, if I do have a problem with it, I'll have it on video. I'll show you. It's like, hey, look, I had this problem. But so far, not a single problem. Certified reconditioned machine. This is a 5-star machine. It's worth every penny. If you use it every day consistently, the way it was meant to do, it will pay for itself over and over and over. The food that you save, the money that you save, and especially like medical bills, like people with health problems. You don't have to, you know, if you get healthy, increase your health, and you decrease the dependency on medications and doctor visits and this and that. And it'll pay for itself. You just have to this is tough love. You have to not be stupid. People are they have no patience. They just are completely stupid. They get something and just, oh, it's a blender, I know how to use it. And then they get on the forum and they start yelling, and this is a piece of crap. It is like, did you even look in the cookbook to even do any of the basic recipes? No. 99% of the time, no, they just want to throw something in there because they think they're whizzes and it's a Vitamix and they know how to operate it. No. You have to start with the basics. You need training. That's what the book is. The first section of the cookbooks that come in these things tell you exactly what the machine is, how it works, how to load it, how to clean it, how to do all the basic things. And then it's like, okay, the first thing you do is a smoothie. That's the first thing it tells you how to do. It's like, here's a smoothie, follow this recipe, and bam, it'll come out perfect. And then followed by that, you do all the other things like the soups and then the nut butters and then the ice cream and then they're very basic ones, very basic. If you can master those recipes, then you'll get used to it and have confidence with the machine, and then you'll understand how it works. I don't want to hear this crap about, oh my God, this, that, the other thing. and oh, it doesn't crush the ice cubes, and then when you put in giant ice cubes in there, it's like, oh my God, brainless people. I can't stand it anymore. That's why, you know, it's like this is kind of a semi-rant. But other than that, perfectly working machine. Me and my wife, we are eating just as well as we did with my full-size Vitamix, which is my 7500 and is still in the drawer. I haven't pulled it out once. I haven't eaten it once. I've been tempted to pull it out for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's for the air disc, because I have my coffee here and I want to have my non-fat cinnamon whip topping. But I'm not, because I'm using this machine 100% of the time for the 90 days. And there's no excuses. Certified reconditioned, no excuses. Don't want to hear any more complaints at this point. And like I said, if I had a problem, I'll tell you. I'll be like, look, I had this problem, and then I'll work it out from there. But from right now, all those complaints, just nonsense, complete nonsense, trash. I'm come from a technical background. All right, I've dealt with people and their complaints, and I'd say 9 times out of 10, it's the individual, the person making the complaint, screwing up something, and 10% of the time, it was the machine. With this, it's 99% of the time the user being stupid, 1% of the time the machine. 1%. Because you ask them questions, hey, look, did you do this? No. It's like, well, why aren't you doing these things? And then you tell them, do these things, and then they come back to like, oh, you were right. Yeah, duh. You gotta just read the books, man, the manuals and the books. And there's even more, I'm going even further on this rant. I'm getting so tired of this Ascent series crap. Oh, with the blending bowls, it's not reading the blending bowls and the cups and the... Are you aligning the arrow with the silver range and the bowls and the cups? Oh, what are you talking about? I don't know about that. I don't know nothing. You didn't read the instructions. You didn't read the cookbook. You didn't do nothing. You just automatically assume that I spent $1 million on this machine. It should automatically wipe my ass. No. You read the instructions. You read the cookbook, and you do those things first before you start experimenting on your own thing. Okay, rant over. Week 1 in review. This machine is kicking ass. Certified reconditioned, my wife's machine. And I am going to make an apple goop later. Now, apple goop is a dessert that is very low calorie, very filling, high fiber, very low sugar. And it's something that I eat. I've started eating, and it's extremely delicious. And what I like to do is make vanilla ice cream and then put that apple goop on top of it. It's basically like the innards of an apple pie, just no crust. It's just the inside of the apple pie. And oh my God, it's so delicious. That with coffee, And you can, and it's so nutrient dense but low calorie as well, that you can eat a whole heap of the stuff, and it's only a few hundred calories. And with this machine, I'm gonna cut the recipe in half and make it more single serve, because when you make the full recipe, it's a big thing, huge thing. And I end up saving some inside the refrigerator, but because I'm using this machine, I'm gonna do a smaller serving, and then I'll go from there and see if I eat all of it, or if I end up saving some for some other thing. And like I said, when I save some, I'll make a vanilla ice cream, and then I'll put that on top of it with a little bit of cinnamon and maple syrup. Oh my God, best dessert ever! And it's so low calorie, high protein, high this, high that. It's completely nutrient dense, extremely delicious, extremely good for you. You're gonna like this recipe. All right, that's it for this video. It's a long one, but that's week 1 in review with the Vitamix S series, the worst Vitamix ever. And it's complete bullshit. 5-star, best Vitamix for anybody who's traveling. All right, video.